Hey gang, and welcome to part 4 of our do-it-yourself workout series. Let's get into it, because we have a lot of content to cover today. Alright, so let's go ahead and talk about where we've been and what we've covered so far. So here's the big picture as far as how to make your own workouts, where to start, where to go, all that good stuff. So we've actually talked about training goals. We've got that video covered. If you haven't seen that video, be sure to go to our YouTube channel and check it out. We didn't cover time and we didn't cover the equipment or the facility, but we did address that in the last video, part 3. So if you haven't seen that one, be sure to go check that one out. And in part 3, we covered the warm-up. So we've covered most of this material so far, but now we're getting into the weeds because today we're gonna start the workout portion, the meat and potato, the big show, the big shebang, the main event, the big hoopla, the bee's knees, cat's pajamas. You smell what I'm stepping in? Anyway, so here are some must-haves that we need to address before we start moving forward. These are the important things. 1, you must have a training goal. So if you have not watched our video on how to set a training goal and why you should set a training goal, you have to start there. Otherwise, everything that we're about to do is gonna be for naught. Be sure to go check out that video. Stop, I mean it. Go do it. The next thing we talked about was, do you have the appropriate amount of time allotted and committed to your day to make sure that you achieve your training goal? Lastly, and this is the most important one, do you have a commitment to yourself? Trainer mode. You are the only person who can get you fit. There's no one else who's going to drag you to the gym, make you work out, make you eat items A, B, C, and D. Yes, you can hire a trainer. Yes, you can get a very sadistic friend to do half of those things for you. But at some point in time, you're gonna have to do it yourself. Unless you can find a trainer to move in and just make you do these things at certain times. Note to self, look into move-in training option. At the end of the day, it's your responsibility and you have to take care of yourself. And just to drive this point home even further, you are not the only person that your fitness depends on. If you are a husband, a wife, a mother, a father, a brother, sister, uncle, grandparent, friend, leader, manager, employee, employer, it doesn't matter. Someone else is going to be depending on you to be dependable and to be able to work, to hang out, to play, and just to be healthy. So make a commitment to yourself to complete your training goal, to be consistent, to be diligent in your pursuit of fitness. Trainer mode off. Got a little serious. Anyway, moving on. Most training goals can be boiled down to 3 different categories. Once you get past all of the, I want to tone up, I want to lose weight. Once we get past all that, really at the end of the day, people want one of 3 things. 1, they may want to be fast like a falcon. 2, they might want to be strong, but they also want to be fast. Or 3, some people just want to be strong and they could care less about being fast. All are good, all have their own merits. There is nothing wrong with training for any particular one category. However, for what we're doing today, we are going to focus on the people in the middle. Couple reasons here. 1, this is what most people are looking for when they say they want to tone up and slim down. It means that they want to gain some muscle, but they also want to lose some body composition. And that's great. Now, the other benefit to training for basically the middle of the road and just being kind of an all-around general fitness approach is that if you want to go train to be stronger, it's very easy to go from the middle here over to being strong. Likewise, if you want to train for, let's say, a marathon or a swim or a triathlon or something along those lines, it's going to be very easy to go right from the middle over to more of an endurance-based program. So that's why we're going to focus on doing this right here, because it's going to set you up for success no matter what you want to do down the road. So it's blanket, do something. My pony. You can really go off the deep end as far as programming and workouts are concerned. You can talk about linear periodization or undulating periodization or block periodization, but we're not going to talk about any of those things, not because they're not important and not because they don't all have merit, but because we are trying to keep it simple. Silly. So what we're going to do is we're going to take this in cycles. So let's go ahead and break that down a little bit. When you're thinking about a cycle, typically we're going to start with an endurance cycle. So when we're talking endurance, we're talking about low weight, high volume. So you're moving around a whole lot, using some lighter weights, doing running, rowing, things like that. And then from endurance, you can go into hypertrophy. Now, hypertrophy is basically what everyone is asking for when they talk about toning up and slimming down. So it's making your muscles bigger. And a lot of people start to freak out whenever you say that. It's like, whoa, I don't want my muscles to get big. I don't want to look like a bodybuilder. You won't. A lot of people also say at this point in time, when you start mentioning hypertrophy, it's like, oh, I gain muscle easy. No, you don't. Look, gang, the truth of the matter is looking like a bodybuilder is a lot of effort. If you know somebody who is a bodybuilder, I dare you to go ask them how much they enjoy every single aspect of their training. It's a very challenging program to adhere to. So if you think you're gonna look like a bodybuilder, ball that up, throw it away. Fact of the matter is, gang, it's extremely difficult. Don't worry. The point of adding hypertrophy to just a general training program is it's going to help make the muscles stronger, the tendons, and the ligaments very, very healthy. So that's why we're throwing it in there. But also, it's just good fun in a masochistic sort of way. So hypertrophy is a blend between endurance and strength. Foreshadowing. So basically what that means is you're going to have the low end of the strength weight coupled with the low end of the endurance volume. So it's the best of both worlds, which makes it a very effective training program. And in all honesty, this is the one where you're probably going to be the most sore after workouts because of the nature of the program. Now, if you're eating properly, you can mitigate a lot of that. But that's another topic for another time, and you're going to have to ask for it if you want it. So leave that request in the comments. Okay, next up is our strength cycle. Now, strength cycle is low volume, high weight. A lot of people also shy away from this one because they think that strength means that they're going to look like a power lifter or a strongman competitor or a bodybuilder. But again, gang, this is just to help make your muscle tissues work more efficiently, more effectively. It's going to help build up your bone mineral density, the tissues, tendons, ligaments. It's good to take your body through these cycles to help train your body to be able to tolerate different loads and varying levels of stress. Now, as far as just the general public and someone who's not training for any particular sport, they just want to be able to move better, play with their kids, and not have as much random pains throughout the day. You need to throw in all three of these activities because they're going to help you train for just a little bit of everything. Now, the last part of the cycle is a deload cycle, and that's where you're bringing your body back down, you're resting. This could be active recovery, it could be stretching. You can make this look like a lot of things, but you need to give your body some rest because if you're just wailing on it, you're gonna end up with an overuse injury. So let's just skip that part. And then you just keep repeating the cycle. Endurance, hypertrophy, strength, deload, endurance, hypertrophy, strength, deload. So you get the idea, right? You're just trying to take it in cycles so that you get a little bit of everything every cycle. So the next question is, how long should each cycle last? And the answer is, it depends. Not what you wanted to hear, is it? But let's keep it simple, silly. So we're gonna call one cycle 4 weeks. 4 weeks equals one cycle. Why? Because that way you can plan it basically every month. You just train one cycle every month. Let me go ahead and pause here for just a second. This is not the only way to train. It's not the only way to program. Again, this is more focused for people who want to be just right in the middle of the road. So if they want to go do a power meet or if they want to get stronger someday, they can do that very easily. Or if they want to go run a marathon, it's very easy to transition. Now, that being said, 4 weeks usually fits most people's schedules. It's very easy to think about. You don't have to worry about, oh, I have to change mid-month, blah, 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 blah. And you can basically plan your cycles per month. It just makes things a little bit easier. But again, it's not the only way to do it. For example, let's go ahead and we're gonna have an endurance cycle. So that's 4 weeks of just focusing on endurance. The next cycle, we're gonna do hypertrophy, the next one strength, and then finally the last one, deload. Now, looking at it this way, hold on a second. Every 16 weeks, that means you're going to end up going through each cycle about 3 times, and that leaves you with 4 weeks that are unaccounted for, which in all honesty, you're going to end up having a vacation, or you're going to get sick, or you're just going to get lazy, and you're going to miss a week here and there. So honestly, they're kind of like built-in snow days for your training. Now that makes it fun, yeah? No, not really. Okay, moving on. So this isn't the only way to do a training cycle. Now, really the big problem here is the deload. A lot of people aren't going to do a deload for an entire month. One, because it gets kind of boring, I'm not gonna lie, and it gets a little bit mundane. And two, people think, oh, I'm a super athlete, I'm above this, I'm beyond this. No, you're not. Don't be silly. But I understand where you're coming from, and it does get boring. So here is another way to go about basically breaking up your training cycles. You do 3 weeks of endurance and then a week of deload, 3 weeks of hypertrophy and then another week of deload, and then 3 weeks of strength, another week of deload, okay? So this just makes it a little bit easier. It puts a deload week into each and every cycle so that you're gonna go hard for 3 weeks and then you're gonna have a time to relax, let your body recuperate, recover. Again, this isn't the only way to do it. This just keeps things simple. So that means, oh, hold on, get out of here. So that means every 12 weeks, you're gonna go through each cycle, an endurance, a hypertrophy, and a strength. And then your deloads are already built in, which means throughout the year, you're gonna hit each cycle about 4 times. Now, if you're good at math and you're sitting there doing these numbers in your head, you might have already realized that that still leaves 4 weeks that are unaccounted for, which means we still have those built-in snow days to take care of vacations, being sick, being lazy, yada, 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 yada. So that's a very easy way to think about how you want to start setting up your workouts. Whew. Let's go ahead and pause for a second. Let me ask you a question. Did that give you a headache? Because honestly, if that gave you a headache, just looking at that, we're just dipping our toes into the water, and we're gonna take a whole nother video just to talk about how to actually program workouts into each one of those cycles. But I wanna pause here because that was quite a bit of information. And if that was overwhelming, you should consider hiring someone to make your workouts. And as it just so happens, I know a guy who writes workouts for people on a monthly basis. And if that's something you're interested in, you should go to our website, www.nikeostrength.com, and sign up for our monthly workout programming. Shameless plug. All of those cycles are already taken care of. We already have all the exercise prescriptions written in, modifications, all that good stuff. So if that's more your speed, head over to the website and be sure to sign up for it. P.S. It's only $30 a month. Okay, so we went over quite a bit of material, and we're gonna go ahead and break up this particular section of this video series into several sections because we have a lot of things to cover, and I wanna keep it as simple as possible and really have it stick so that we really understand these concepts moving forward. If you have any questions, feel free to leave those in the comments below, and I will see you guys next video. Peace!